Moving along to the next standard testing item in a verification brings us to exit testing. This is also a membership-related testing request, but focusing on accounts that are being removed from a composite as of a certain point in time. In general, accounts are not allowed to be removed from a composite unless there's a client-mandated change in the strategy, a client-mandated restriction is added to the account, a composite-specific rule, such as an account minimum size or significant cash flow policy is violated, or the composite is redefined. To focus on verification-specific account items, we are going to focus on the account changes rather than composite redefinitions in this video today. So the purpose of exit testing is to, again, test your policies and procedures and make sure accounts are being removed from composites at appropriate times based on certain events that may occur in the management of accounts. The big focus on this testing item is timing. Now, if we look at the composite membership policies at the bottom of this slide from a standard policies and procedures, you can see a terminated accounts section. While there may not just be terminations that are requiring accounts to be removed from composites, anything that's removed from a composite for accounts falls under this category from a timing standpoint, unless your policies and procedures is dictating various policies for different events that are occurring, which is uncommon in GIPS policies and procedures in general. So therefore, for the purposes of this, we're going to look at a standard removal of accounts at the end of a last full month under management, which is by and large the most common policies for removing accounts. Similar to accounts entering composites, there are a number of reasons, as I mentioned on the first slide, for an account to be removed from a given composite. Therefore, it is important to maintain ongoing notes so we know why an account is being removed from a composite at a specific point in time. Those notes will be very beneficial in a verification because it will help pinpoint what happened to a given account, why it's being removed, which also drives what type of data we want to provide to the verifier in terms of their request to give them comfort to sign off. Like other testing items, exit testing is based on a sample. The verifier is going to look at all composites for the entire firm and determine a population for how many accounts are removed from the composite. Again, this includes accounts that have terminated their relationship with your organization, changed a mandate, or even just violated a composite policy for a temporary period of time, requiring them to be removed. Therefore, it is important for the consistent application and consistent documents available to support these type of files and events for the verifier. Because timing is so critical in this testing item, I really want to highlight the importance of dates and when we are documenting things change. So if an account is terminating at your organization, the support should clearly outline what date that termination is coming into effect, which then is going to support the timing for when that account needs to be removed from the composite. Based on why the account is being removed from the composite is going to lead to a variety of different documents we need to provide the verifier. Again, supporting the importance of the ongoing notes so we know what type of files are appropriate for each account the verifier may be testing. Some examples of documents that will support this testing are termination notices for a closed account, an updated contract and investment guidelines if the account is being removed from an old mandate due to changing mandates to a new one, or a loss of discretion notice. So if the account comes in and asks for an asset freeze because they're nervous of the market or they have upcoming liquidity needs that are causing you to move away from the strategy, communication and documentation for client requests like that is very important for this testing item. Other items that Long's Peak is generating for this type of request are transaction summaries and portfolio appraisals, which also support timing of removal. Whether it's a liquidation out of assets or a rebalancing, these transaction summaries and portfolio appraisals can help identify timing of when an account may be shifting out of a given strategy. Here again is a standard request from Long's Peak for this type of testing. As you can see, we do have a hierarchy of preferred support, but at the end of the day, the timing is critical. And as long as we can give the verifier a paper trail and written confirmation for when an event occurred, again, I can't stress enough the importance of the timing and the reason why that removed the account from the composite. That is essentially what the verifier is looking for to gain comfort here. Comments in this section would also highlight why it's being removed, again, to help us tailor that request and make sure that what we are providing to the verifier is relevant for a given sample. If you have any follow-up questions on exit testing, please feel free to reach out and we'd be happy to discuss in further detail.